If you thought you were done hearing about the Real ID, think again. According to the TSA, more than 94% of travelers are already using their Real ID or other acceptable forms of identification. But a new incentive to get yours rolls out next year. Is Huntsville International Airport going to be charging a TSA fee for travelers without a Real ID? Let's verify. The Real ID Act was signed in 2005 by President George W. Bush. It aimed to enhance national security following the September 11th attacks by establishing federal standards for driver's licenses and identification cards. But the law requiring Real ID for certain purposes didn't actually go into effect until this May. Now, all domestic airline passengers must present a Real ID at TSA checkpoints or alternative qualifying identification, such as a passport. And the TSA is cracking down on those without a Real ID, imposing a charge on anyone without the right documentation. But is Huntsville enforcing the new Real ID fee at Huntsville International Airport? We verify. Our source is the Transportation Security Administration. The TSA announced today that all passengers who do not present an acceptable form of ID must pay a $45 fee to use a modernized alternative identity verification system to establish identity at security checkpoints, and that begins February 1st. All travelers without an acceptable ID, including those who present a non-Real ID compliant state driver's license or ID, will be referred to the TSA Confirm ID process prior to entering the security line. Acceptable forms of ID include Real ID, a U.S. passport or passport card, a global entry card, or a U.S. Department of Defense ID. Unacceptable IDs include a non-Real ID, a temporary driver's license, or social security card. While this process will differ from airport to airport, the TSA did confirm to us that this will be enforced at all U.S. airports. In a statement to Fox 54, the senior official performing the duties of Deputy Administrator for TSA, Adam Stahl, said in part, quote, "Identity verification is essential to traveler safety because it keeps terrorists, criminals, and illegal aliens out of the skies and other domestic transportation systems such as rail. The vast majority of travelers present acceptable identification like Real IDs and passports, but we must ensure everyone who flies is who they say they are. This fee ensures the cost to cover verification of an insufficient ID will come from the traveler, not the taxpayer," end quote. So we can confirm that yes, the TSA at Huntsville International Airport will be enforcing a new charge in February for those without acceptable ID. And if you have something you want us to verify, text us at 256-382-2692.